So what is up, everyone? Today is Tuesday, February 3rd. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. So I'm coming to the session with a pretty bullish bias. I want to see like Asia lows get swept first, which is looking like we're doing right at the open. Or like maybe we can come down to this unfilled 4-hour down here. But I just feel like we're trending very bullish, right? Like we go to the higher time frame in the 4-hour. I feel like we have this extreme just balanced price range down here, which like just means we inverted this gap in the same area. We put in like another fair value gap that's just huge on the 4-hour. So I feel like we're just moving really bullish. Like, yeah, I want to pull back. Like, yeah, I'd prefer if we swept Asia lows. It's looking like we never even swept Asia lows though. And I should double check. Was there an S&T at Asia lows? I forget. There was an S&T at Asia lows. So we don't necessarily need to sweep Asia lows. I don't like that we edge them. I would prefer if we could come down and sweep Asia lows, to be honest. But if let's say we just where's my drawing tool here, right? Like let's say we just start forming bullish structure. There's all this low resistance liquidity up here, right? I feel like once we do start going up, we're just gonna like shoot through all these highs up here, in my opinion. So we might get the sweep of Asia low I was looking for. So that's Asia low taken. So I honestly want to see a reaction off of Asia low for longs. This honestly might not be the worst long if I can get the confirmation. So I mean, we're just dumping right now, but at some point we might start reacting up. So we might open up like a 30-second gap. We might open up 1 minute. I want to pay attention to what's the highest time frame gap in the current price leg, right? I'd prefer, honestly, if we can open up a 1 minute, because I feel like these 1 minute, we might not open up that though. So I feel like 1 minute inverses are just higher probability than 30 seconds, but let's see. 45, which is 4 contracts. It looks like we might open up this tiny 1 minute though. I'd prefer if we can open up this tiny 1 minute and maybe inverse that, but the risk to reward is so much better off this 1 minute too. So I obviously need confirmation. You said reporting for class. Morning, Tim. Morning, Prin. How are you? We're not really giving the reaction off Asia lows I kind of want right now. Yeah, I feel like this is taking too long. I feel like if we were going to react off Asia lows, it would have been more immediate. So I mean, from here though, we could come down to this this unfilled 4-hour gap. I feel like we could definitely react off this 4-hour gap whenever we hit it. Said, yo, what's up, KVN? How are you? We're probably coming for the 4-hour at this point. Good morning, Tim. How are you doing today? Pretty good. How about you, Uber? Good morning, bro. You said you think higher time frame bias is bullish. I do think higher time frame bias is bullish. But low key, at this point, I definitely want to see us tap into. There's like an unfilled 4-hour gap we're going toward. I really want to see that get hit, and then I can really say I'm a lot more bullish. You said unfortunate to see no news today. Yeah, it really is unfortunate. You know, I looked in Forex Factory too, and I thought there was news, but I guess they like canceled it or like changed it or something. It's like, dude, like, I was excited about this news. Give it back. This is the, so I'm marking out, this is the first like unfilled 15-minute gap up here. I'm just thinking really far ahead because, like, let's say, honestly, yeah, that's the thing, though. If we were to open up, like, a 5-minute here and inverse it, the entry's just cooked. Because I'd want to be break even the second we tap into this unfilled 15 up here. Yeah, this is cooked. Yeah, honestly, at this point, I really want to see this low get swept. I just gotta double check the ES didn't tap into. I always make sure I mark out because sometimes, let's say if ES wants to tap into the same gap I want to see get hit, sometimes we'll just start reacting off that. But it's not like ES tapped into the 4-hour yet. Like, yeah, we came down and we swept out this low inside this hourly gap. But honestly, though, I feel like if I had to guess, I feel like we should come off down to that 4-hour, but we'll see. So in 3 minutes, this is going to be an unfilled 5-minute gap up here. Maybe I can get a long targeting the unfilled 5-minute, maybe. I would take something like that, honestly. I would need really good structure at lower time frame, though. So we're getting pretty close to this unfilled 4-hour, which I want to see get hit. Honestly, if we can tap into the unfilled 4-hour and leave behind this unfilled 5-minute up here, that would honestly be pretty nice for me to take a long. So let's say if like, yeah, like let's say we come down, we hit the unfilled 4-hour. Let's say we open up this 1-minute gap and invert that. Like honestly, that would be a long I would like. Oh, the only thing is we're probably going to open up this 4-minute gap up here, which is kind of annoying. I feel like for me to take this, I'd have to get a really good close. Because if I did take this, I'd probably want to go break even really quick. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I would low-key prefer better structure. I don't think I'm going to get it, but if we can open up like a 2-minute gap down here, I feel like that'd be more ideal. We're probably going to open up this 3-minute maybe. I feel like for me to like this setup, I'd really want to see this happen really soon. Because if it doesn't happen soon, we're going to open up this 3-minute gap here, which I got to pay attention to. Well, I guess that 3-minute gap is not going to open, maybe. Yeah, 3-minute gap just got filled in. There's no 4-minute gap going to open. Wow, there's no 5-minute gap. So I'm going to mark out, there's like this unfilled 1-minute gap. Honestly, if I can get like maybe a 30-second like inversion somewhere in here, it looks clean. I might take something like that because there's currently an SMT at the lows where if you see like NQ is taking out these most recent lows, but ES hasn't taken out those lows yet. So let's see if we can open up a 30-second. We're not going to open this 30-second, maybe. Can we open it? Honestly, I'll just go for a 1-to-1 here if I take this. I'll go break. If I do take this, I'll go break even here. I'm not going to lie. If we like... I just got to double check this, right? I mean, we're delivering from a low inside of 15-minute gap. There's no 5-minute. I'm not gonna lie. If this 30-second happens really quickly, I would take it, but I can see this 1 minute might be better though. I mean, I still need confirmation though. We're still just dumping. I'm just waiting for some form of confirmation. Like we've hit the area like I want to see us react from. Like I'm bullish higher time frame. We've hit this 4-hour gap that I want to see a reaction from. I'm pretty much just waiting for that reaction. Are we not going to open up a 1 minute here? 9, 8. You said I'm waiting for the 4-hour candle close? Honestly, not a bad idea. So we did open up. There's like a 1 minute gap here. What is that? Okay. So I mean, this is honestly a good pullback. I wonder if, was that news? That's like an abnormal candle. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. You said crazy dump. Yeah, it was crazy. So what is this that I have marked out here? Oh, this is probably the other 4 hours. So we dumped into, I was saying we might retrace into this first 4 hour, but we dumped into this bigger 4 hour. Honestly, I feel like bigger gaps have like more validity, if that makes sense. So honestly, I'm happy that we retraced this far. Like, cause I'm still bullish higher time frame, right? Like just cause we had this dump right here, does that mean I'm gonna ignore this whole push up right here? No, like, if we mark out here, we haven't even hit 50% of this range, right? So like I'm still bullish higher time frame. So it's kind of the same thing as before. Honestly, I'm just waiting for some good confirmation coming up out of here. I would honestly low-key love, I don't know if I'll necessarily get this, but if let's say we open up a 5 minute here, and then we immediately invert that 5 minute and I can go break even at this other unfilled 5 minute up here. I might like something like that. But I gotta see how price forms. Well, you know, while we're waiting, you know, this is random, but honestly, I don't know what made me think of this. Well, I know what made me think of this, but honestly, I'm gonna try doing some trading on gold during Asia session. I saw some video on YouTube from someone that trades like IFVGs. I don't know if you guys know like Dodgy, but he was saying how they work so well on Asia session on gold. I did some back testing and they honestly kind of did work. So I bought like a Tradeify account I want to try it out with. But it'll be interesting. I'll definitely let you guys know how it goes. You said yes, sir. Are you going live? Not at first. I think I probably want to get used to You said gold does move good during Asia. I feel like everyone's been telling me that too. Honestly. You said are you gonna do on TikTok live like other streamers? Honestly, I could. I feel like at first I want to get more comfortable trading gold though, because like tonight's actually gonna be my first night trading gold, and like, wow, I haven't traded gold in probably 2 years. I'm not even joking. But I feel like I want to get like if I can get a payout trading gold, I'll start live streaming it. Because I have a separate account though. I want to get a gold payout. That'd be cool though if I can get payouts for my trading in the morning and I get payouts from trading at night. Can really milk these prop firms. You know, there's one dude I'm friends with though. You said, what have you learned backtesting gold? I guess. I'm trying to think. Well, I feel like I had to adapt my strategy a little bit. I feel like I still take the highest time frame in the current leg and I still go break even at the internal high. But I don't know. I'd be going for strictly 1-to-1 on gold because I feel like there are a lot of instances I saw, at least during Asia, where I'd want to target some high and it might hit like the CE of some wick or it might reverse off something else. I feel like it doesn't like, I don't know, it doesn't trend to the extreme highs and lows if that makes sense. And I feel like Nasdaq tends to do that though, if that makes sense. Honestly, I'm still pretty new at trading gold though. And I'm honestly still trying to figure out if I want to go break even at internal highs and lows. Like, because you guys probably noticed, like, I always go break even at, like, internal highs and lows. Dude, is there... Okay, there's a 2-minute here. Okay, wait, I gotta lock in here. Because if I take this 2-minute inversion, this is a 75-point stop. It's like 2 contracts. It's like nothing. You said, oh yes, it happens during Asia. You said bullish or bearish? Honestly, I'm bullish, Anthony. Wow, dude. Am I going to try? If we can get a strong close through this 2-minute, I honestly might try this. I want to see a strong close, though. Like, that's kind of a mid-close. Should I try it? Nah, I want a better close. Well, this is a mech though, right? This is literally a mech. Nah, honestly, I'm gonna try this. I'll be mad at myself if this goes without me. I'm low-key a bit under risked, but that works out. So where's my target? $93. Oh, $8.93. That's why. You said, oh yes, it happens during Asia. It edges your TP like crazy. I was realizing that, yeah. You said, can you hold a trade for days unfunded? Not on a futures funded account. You said, too late to enter NQ on the way back up? I don't think so. I just took a long right now. You said, I'm in with you, brother. Honestly, yeah. There's like the unfilled 5-minute gap above. There's not many gaps in the leg. You said, look at this spam-ass comment. Did you see it? Yeah, the guy from Kick. I just be ignoring them. But yeah, I always see. The people from Kick and Twitch are always like, buy my, viewers. Yo. That's honestly, I love that you kind of checked me like that. You're like, is the reason you're going to test gold is because of the shiny object syndrome you talked about the other day? So, I mean, I am definitely aware of shiny object syndrome. But honestly, I was just thinking about how, damn, I got a shit fill on this. But I was thinking, like, one, I just feel like NQ has been so ass for so long. And I feel like, you said facts, Uber file. But the thing is, I feel like I kind of need to make money from trading. Like, you said I'm in it too. That's what's up, Anthony. But, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I just want to be making money from trading. I feel like I'm at just like a point in my trading career where like I feel like I've been trading Nasdaq for a hot minute and price action's been bad for so long. And it's like honestly, if I can go to gold and I know it has an edge, like as long as I'm not changing my AM trading, it's not affecting that. I don't think it's a bad thing. So why do I like this trade, right? So I'll explain this while we're waiting here. So when you go to the 4-hour time frame, we've tapped into this 4-hour fair value gap. Did MNQ not tap into it? I'm pretty sure NQ tapped into it. Am I bugging here? NQ tapped into it. Well, whatever. NQ tapped into this gap. I don't know why MNQ is looking weird, but where is this low down here at 717? Interesting. I guess MNQ and NQ are a little decorrelated, but you said NQ did, but MNQ didn't? That's so weird. I feel like, how's that going to happen? You said Tradeovate sucks so much, bro. It low-key motivates me not to trade. I don't think Tradeovate's that bad. But yeah, so I mean, essentially though, so we tapped into that 4-hour gap, even though MNQ doesn't look like it. On the 1 hour, we swept this low over here, right? I feel like on the higher time frame, we're trending bullish, right? The only thing is, I mean, I was viewing, we have like an unfilled 5-minute gap up here. And I view unfilled gaps as strong draws, but it looks like we're just going right against me right now. So I usually take trades off EQ of gaps. So my strategy, let me take it. You said, why do some people wait till 10 a.m. to be safe? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, 10 a.m. sometimes has high impact news. So like you don't want to hold your trade through high impact news that could completely mess up your trade. Or sometimes 10 a.m. has like what I call like a manipulation. Like I don't know if you've heard of like PO3 or like accumulation, manipulation, distribution, but essentially sometimes like we could shop at market open. We could manipulate the people out that got in at market open at 10 a.m. And then we'd continue in the intended direction afterwards. Because you got to think about, like, at 10 a.m., we have a new 4-hour candle opening. We have a new 1-hour candle opening. So a lot of times, like, once we open these new candles, we kind of manipulate the opposite way. You said the trade will hit, but only after 10 a.m. It'll manipulate up into the 15-minute. Yeah, I need to go break even once we tap into that 15-minute. Because we're probably going to open up that 15-minute in, like, 7 minutes. That's if I don't get stopped out, but you said I'm expecting a resweep for another entry. I faded this one. I wouldn't say this is like an A+++ setup, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, I feel like this is good enough for me to take it, but I wouldn't say this is like my cleanest setup ever. You said, why are there no buy or sell buttons on TradingView Mobile? I mean, well, I guess, one, did you log in to your brokerage account? Because I know on TradingView, if you want to trade through there, you gotta log in. And past there, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I don't really trade on mobile, to be honest. So maybe EQ this wick can save me? You said it's just missing a nice break-even point? Honestly, that's... Yeah, I mean... I feel like the break-even point is going to get created when this 15-minute gap opens up, which is probably going to be like right up here, which is going to suck. So you logged in through Tradeovate? I mean, it should be there somewhere. Yeah, I'm probably getting stopped on this. Yeah, I got stopped on that one. So we are in the 10 a.m. macro. You said people who trade on mobile are fearless. You said good trade, bro. Appreciate that. You should go to the watch list and click on what you want to trade. So it's okay to keep it rolling. You got this. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, said, but not gonna lie. Honestly, I thought that. Well, The close was okay. Eh. You said I'm used to trade on mobile. Oh, really? You trade on mobile? I could never, honestly. I don't know why. I feel like stuff just does not make sense to me when I look at mobile. Honestly, maybe if I can get an inverse through this 5-minute gap, and then we can like target, there's like an unfilled 15-minute gap that's probably gonna open up like up here. Or at least go break even there. That would probably, oh wait, you guys can't see that. So, if we can open up this 5-minute, and I can go break even at this unfilled 15 we're gonna open up, that would probably be the next thing I'd look for, to be honest. You say it hit previous day high? I mean, yeah, it did hit previous day high, but like, you know, this daily candle is not looking too good though. So I'll use my payout to buy a PC probably. That's what's up. You said, does Top Step let you hit daily loss limit like you have on your screen? I mean, at Top Step, I don't think they have a daily loss limit. I think it's only when you get moved to like, or it might be $3,000. I forget. I'm used to trading 50Ks though, so if it is 3K, it doesn't really apply to me. You said, I think we're just going to keep dumping till previous New York AM, which sounds crazy. Honestly, the way we're dumping, I mean, maybe we could even, I think we could definitely go halfway there. I mean, we're already halfway there in this, what, like this 4-hour gap? Where's EQ of the gap? You said, yes, same. I trade on my work PC though. That's interesting. You said, might be time to switch to sells. I mean, yeah, we're low-key dumping. There's like no signs of any reversal. You said, I got in shorts at 5 micros up 2K, held a huge risk, but held it through. You said, Tim, do you actually manually identify EQ of gap? I mean, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be seeing people that use some tool where it does it for them. But I just pull up a gam box and just do it like that. So I got stopped out in those buys, had the same fill as you. So where it was going the 5-minute, I reversed position. Took full TP. Hey, that's what's up. What's up, Peter? How are you? You said, I don't know, I liked pre-market, but sometimes I trade AM. This is wild gamble. You said, bro, use parallel channel. I'd be blind. To check it RN. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to, but I'm kind of being a little dumb. Where would it? Which one would be under? I'm about to Google this. So we opened up. This is 10 a.m. open right now. You said go to trend line. You said you were hovering over it, was I? It was there in channels. Oh. I'll probably start using those. You said this dump is insane. It really is. You said dump the previous year low. Yeah, you said the line in the middles. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Honestly, I'm probably gonna start using that later. So we just hit EQ this gap definitely though. You said you think we'll get back up today? Said I'm the gap master. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know if we're gonna go up. We're dumping right now. I mean, I feel like if we were gonna go up today, I feel like it'd have to happen soon. Like 10 a.m.'s already manipulated down. Well, not manipulated, but 10 a.m. had like an open low, right? He said FVGs. Said NQ maybe you hit it to 5. I mean, yeah, it's just. Yeah, it's headed for these lows from like yesterday's open. You said I think New York will start to retrace later and lunch will be to rebalance. I could see that, honestly. To be completely honest, I don't know if I'll get it. If we can like open up a 15-minute gap here and like go into there and give me a clear reaction out of it, I might just go for a short, honestly. We're just moving so bearish, like. So not gonna lie, I think we might inverse the 1 hour. If you think with the yearly candle. For best let's say we yearly candle. We did come down even to retest this like volume imbalance down here. But I feel like for me to be bullish, we'd have to start reacting so soon. You said how'd the weather model do today? I lost in the weather model today. Because it's like I guess it's a sunny day outside. So I took a long. And as you can imagine how my longs went. You said we're getting close to the previous New York AM low. Yeah. So yearly count means January till April won't be bearish. I'm not gonna lie, I do not use any like analysis that high time frame. So we're finally having some reaction. It looks like we're reacting off equilibrium, that huge gap. The only thing I hate is like there's these 2 5-minute gaps. You said I think the weather model for Toronto because why is it so gloomy here? Yeah, I mean it's pretty cold out where I am, but it's pretty sunny out. You said yeah, we're reacting a bit. I meant a little bit, but it's like we might be continuing down at this point. I mean, maybe. I definitely want to see how we react. Like when we tap into this 5-minute gap over here, if we inverse right out of it, I might try a short. I want to target these New York AM lows. Well, this is the low from 9:30 open yesterday. I really want to target that. So what I pretty much want to see Just tap in that 5 minute. I don't want to take a short out of it. You said markets low-key fun today because we're actually talking about it. Yeah, I actually have stuff to talk about. Oh, it's looking like I didn't get the pullback I wanted though. You said, and so we continue. Yeah. If honestly, if we pulled back a little higher, I would have been looking for an inverse right now. So now it's just chopping. I mean, it's still moving a little bit. I mean, I've seen worse chop. Oh, if only I got that pullback. You said I'm done after we hit previous New York low. I mean, yeah, we're low-key overextended now. Like to the downside. Like we just pretty much got rid of that whole range from yesterday. Almost. Like the whole move up from New York session. You said re-sweeping, maybe we'll get a nice long to the unfilled 5 minute. That'd be solid. Honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking. You should took that short off of the pullback to the 5 minute gap. TP yesterday's low. When did we get a pullback to a 5 minute gap? You said if this don't hit soon, I'm not holding. We should though. I mean, I don't know. Price action is kind of wonky right now. I mean, honestly though, if we can come back up that 5 minute before we can take out this New York open low, I'm still looking for a short if we can tap into that. You said gold is finally moving a little. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to focus on gold during Asia session, to be honest, but gold's definitely interesting. Silver's interesting, too. Dude, I see some dude who keeps making crazy money off silver. It's just crazy to see. Like, it looks like he's going to get, like, a 25K payout from Top Step just from trading gold. Or, I'm sorry, silver, I mean. Honestly, I feel like what I'm waiting for right now is honestly, I just want to see which one of these sides get hit. Like, are we going to pull back into this 5-minute gap first? Or are we going to take New York open low? And I might look for some retracement, like an unfilled gap. And we're probably even going to open up like an unfilled 15-minute gap up here too. Which, like, that'll be cool. There's going to be an unfilled 5 and 15-minute gap at the same place. You said, do you only trade using ICT concept? Is that what you started off with? Or, well, I used to trade like supply and demand, like order blocks and stuff like that. And I feel like I could never really find consistency with it. Like, I don't know, there was some guy I used to look up to on YouTube that traded order blocks. But I feel like, I don't know, he had a lot of discretion that made him profitable, if that makes sense, that I didn't have. Yeah, I ended up strategy hopping, but I feel like ICT concepts just like ended up meshing better with me, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I was so tired of trading order blocks at that point. So gotcha, I don't do ICT personally. I mean, yeah, I feel like in some of the things in ICT, I feel like there's kind of rebranded concepts, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of strategies have a lot of things in common. We just call different things the same thing. Or we call the same thing different things. So we took that New York open low. So honestly, at this point, I'm probably looking for a long till we have this unfilled 15-minute gap. It's going to open up in like 2 minutes. I would honestly prefer if we can open up like a 2 minute somewhere like over there. I don't know if I'll necessarily get that. But I like that we're definitely going to open up this unfilled 15-minute gap above. And I feel like we're just overextended. So I have to wait 2 minutes for this next candle to form to see if there's going to be a 2-minute gap here. I really hope I can get a 2-minute gap here. You said, yes, Smack TV, actually insane. I held that. That's what's up, Ant. So I'm hoping that we open up this 2-minute because I want to take an inverse off of it. I might not get my... Ugh. I want to take an inverse off of that. I mean, I can maybe I might get my inverse. This 2-minute might open up, actually. I'll try not to jinx it. I have like 30 seconds. So this gap actually opened up. So honestly, so why am I looking for an inverse through this? So when we look at the 5-minute time frame, there's like an unfilled 5-minute gap up here. There's like an unfilled 15-minute gap up here. I feel like if we invert this 2-minute, it's going to be the highest time frame gap in this leg getting inversed, right? Ooh, can you not run away without me, though? Ooh, it's just running in my direction. And honestly, there is some tiny-ass 2-minute over here that I'm just going to fade. Honestly, I'm just going to act like that's not there. Timmy, what's up, GC Trading Systems? How are you? So I need to wait 1 minute for this candle to close. So what's this going to be like a... Honestly, even if I get a shit close, I'm probably still taking this. Unless it's like a horrible close. You said good caught 110 point short. That's what's up. You said any trades yet? I took 1 L so far. Damn, this is not the reaction I want to see to this gap. I'm probably not going to take this unless it spikes up. Yeah, I took a long and got stopped on it. This is not a close to that gap. That's just such a bad close. I'll try it. How am I this under wrist? So are you in a trade? Yeah, I just entered a long. That close wasn't the best, but I'll take it. So where's my TP? This unfilled 15-minute gap. 646. So I really hope this next 2-minute candle can close really strong, because I'm not going to lie, this current close is definitely not the best. I feel like the thing is, though, I just view like unfilled gaps as such a strong draw. And I feel like we really should be rebalancing. There's like this unfilled 5-minute, unfilled 15. I feel like we should be rebalancing that. And I feel like once we invert this 2-minute gap, I feel like it's just kind of like overdue. And I'm not going to lie, if I was not in this trade already, if this candle's going to close green, I probably would have entered if I wasn't in already, honestly. I'm not going to lie, if we close... If we close green, I might add one more con to have a little bit more risk. Because I'm low-key under risk right now. I just want to see this close. Yeah, that's perfect. Cool. Yeah, so honestly, I have more confidence in this trade now. I feel like we strongly closed through that 2-minute gap. We have the unfilled gaps above. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I was considering going break even up here. I kind of don't want to be completely honest. Which, you know, sounds kind of funny, but... I wonder what type of risk to reward. This is almost a 2-to-1 RR. You said why you entered there. I mean, we closed through the 2-minute gap, which is the highest time frame gap in the current leg. And we have like an unfilled 5 and 15-minute gap above. I mean, honestly, once this trade hits or hits my take profit, either hits my take profit or stop loss, I'll do my full breakdown explaining, but... Ooh, if this thing hits, though, I'm about to have some green on the day. This is like a 2-to-1. Oh, I didn't even see Ant said I like this trade. You should smack this. You know, I did, but I'm not liking this reaction right now. Bro said, I'm driving at the moment and would love to pull up later. Add me on Discord. And it just says dash request. You said as long as we didn't reject this. I mean, yeah, this on the 1 minute, I mean, we'll see. And that is not the reaction you want to see, though. You said, damn, no way. He said short. I mean, there's unfilled gaps above, and I feel like we're low-key kind of overextended. But I mean, I might be getting stopped here. He said that's fucked. He's about to break the high. Yeah, honestly, I feel like that was the area I was considering going break even at. It never even hit where I was considering going break even. I wonder, did it SMT there? Nah, it didn't even. There's not even an SMT there. I might be cooked here. You said had a killer day, made 2.5 in minutes. That's what's up, JP3. Happy to hear that. Oh yeah, I'm probably cooked here. Ooh. This is my last. Okay, never mind. So I'm done for the day. So I'll explain why I took those trades. So the first trade that I took was, so at New York Open, right? I was honestly bullish coming into the session. I feel like when I first sat down at Market Open, we weren't dumping like this. I wanted to see a retracement into like, I was marking out, we had this unfilled 4-hour gap below. I wanted to see a retracement into there. I also marked out like Asia lows. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. The unfilled 4-hour gap I marked out. I'm going to clear my drawings. This is way too much. So, I marked out there's this 4-hour gap down here, and there was this other 4-hour gap down here. As well as I'm pretty sure there was, yeah, this was Asia lows, like over here. So, you see PA's been bearish in pre-market. It makes no sense when we dumped. I originally was bullish to... Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. I mean, I'm done trading for today. But, so, I was waiting for a pullback into one of these areas and waiting for a long out of there, right? So, the first trade that I took, let me remind myself, I took it at, what was that, like 9:46. It was a 2-minute long. So, why did I take this first long? So, one, there were unfilled gaps above. So you can see like there's an unfilled 5-minute gap like right up here. And then like we go to the 3-minute, right? There's no gaps in the 3-minute. If we go to the 4-minute, there is this gap over here. I probably would have went break even at, or maybe even targeted that. But essentially there was no gaps, right? So we opened up this 2-minute gap right here. So I was thinking, you know what? Even if we are going to continue bearish, like once we invert this 2-minute, we should at least come up to this like 5-minute gap up here, right? Or like maybe this 15-minute gap we're going to open up soon. But we really didn't do any of that. So I took this inverse, and I also liked how we created the gap and we inverted it pretty quickly, right? So like the close, like I didn't like there's a wick on the top. But like honestly, I feel like since we inverted the gap and did it so quickly, I took that. You said government shutdown was yesterday, so I kind of expected. I mean, yeah, the government shutdown, I feel like it always messes with price action, to be honest. But I took that long. I got stopped on that long. So from here, we just kept dumping, dumping, dumping. I honestly was looking for a short for a bit there when I saw, okay, we're coming toward these New York AM lows. I marked out the low we made at like 9:30. It was like somewhere like I want to say around here. I forget. Where was it? This 9:30 low was like right here. So I was thinking, there's this 9:30 low. So I was thinking if we could pull back into this like 5-minute gap we formed while coming down, because we did open up, there was like this 5-minute gap here, right? So I was like, you know what? If we're going to continue bearish, right, we'll pull back into this 5-minute gap and I'll take a short to these 9:30 lows from yesterday. Because I always say like the lows we leave behind at 9:30 open, like highs and lows, they're always strong draws, right? So like we're trending toward that. I would have taken inversion somewhere like in here if we pulled back more, like into this 5-minute, but we just didn't, so I couldn't really get my short. From there, once we took these New York AM lows from yesterday, I was like, you know what? We're just low-key overextended. Like look at this move, excuse me, since market open, right? Like we haven't rebalanced a single gap. Like we've opened up all of these, like this is a 15-minute gap we open up. This is a 15-minute gap we open up. Like on the 5-minute, right? Like none of these gaps are being rebalanced. Like in this whole dump right here, we did not tap into a single 5 or 15-minute gap we created on a pullback, right? So I'm saying we're low-key kind of overdue for that. Like the way I view the market is like once we dump like that and we take out some higher time frame liquidity, which we just did, right? We took out these New York AM lows. We've rebalanced these 4 hours. I feel like we should be due for at least some rebalance. So I marked out there was this unfilled 5-minute gap here. It's also an unfilled 15-minute gap, right? So once we created this, was it a 2-minute? Yeah, it was this 2-minute, right? So we created this 2-minute gap. We inverted it. So I'm putting my stop loss down here, and I'm saying, like essentially, since we inverted this 2-minute gap here, in theory, we should be rebalancing to this unfilled 5-minute gap, this unfilled 15-minute gap, right? Like, because we've essentially inverted the highest time frame gap separating us from that, right? So that's essentially one of my models, right? So I entered this trade here. I really didn't have full confidence in it because I feel like the close wasn't the best. I then waited, and then the next candle had a really good close, so I actually entered my full position size there. So the thing was, pretty much immediately after I entered my full position size, we pushed up really nice. I thought it was going my way, and then it just stopped me out. So, yeah, I mean, today I feel like once I take 2 losses like that, I just stop for the day. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, for example, we could, like, invert maybe this new gap we formed and deliver to where I wanted us to go. That could happen. But me personally, I feel like once I goes past, like, 2 losses on the day, that's where I start really, digging myself in a deep hole that's hard to get out of, if that makes sense. So, like, I just stopped trading for the day. That's pretty much it. So, I mean, that was pretty much all the trades I took explained. So, I'm not looking for anything else today. It's only like, what? Only an hour into the session, but it's whatever. So, yeah, I lost on the weather model, too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the weather model. I'm working on a YouTube series where I'm going to trade only using the weather. So, you said you have great discipline. I appreciate that, Prin. Yeah, it takes time to get discipline as a trader, though. Oh, and I guess while I'm here, I'll show you guys me locking myself out of my account. Yeah, so I couldn't trade if I wanted to. So honestly, on this account, I only have like 2 more trades of breathing room before I blow the account. But honestly, it's whatever. I'll get a fresh start even if it happens. Yeah, but I'll stay on for a couple more minutes in case you guys... You said don't be shy, full board longs. Yeah, but I'll probably stay on for a couple more minutes in case you guys have any questions. But that's pretty much all I've got to say for this New York AM session. And in case you guys are new here, I do, you said trading using the weather. Yeah, I'm working on this YouTube video where essentially if it's sunny in New York, because like, you know, the New York Stock Exchange, Nasdaq's kind of based in New York. So if it's like a sunny day outside, I go long. And then, if it's like a rainy day, I go short. You said low-key cooking. It has been cooking except for today. Today, I went long at market open and then, I got stopped out as you could imagine. But it's an interesting idea. I have like a separate prop firm account I'm trading just using the weather. I feel like it'll make a good YouTube series though. You said, bro, I went cooking as in me cooking. You know, that would make more sense. I feel like you're always cooking when you're in my streams. I don't got any problem with that, but I guess it's bulking season. I agree. But yeah, I guess I probably don't got anything else to say. So I mean, also, if you guys aren't in my free Discord already, you said that's a cool concept. I'm looking forward to the video. Yeah, I'm still working on it, but I'm gonna make it like a series style, if that makes sense. So I don't know when I'm gonna upload the first episode, but I'm working on it right now. You said that's a rough candle for you? What? Because it's starting to go my way? I mean, yeah, it's whatever. You said, bro, the weather model, there should be an SNT for the state. Yeah, we had an SNT with New Jersey. Nah, I know the dude who put me onto the weather model though. He be taking it so far. Like he be looking at like atmospheric pressure. He be looking at like wind chill. I'm like, dude, like this is serious stuff you're making. But he said, what's good, Tim? Have you taken anything today? Yeah, unfortunately, I've taken 2 losses today, so I'm done for the day. You said I'm cooking before I go to the gym in the morning before market opens for discipline. That's what's up. I support that. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. I'm probably gonna go film a YouTube video, and I'm probably gonna go practice my Asia gold trading. Because I feel like if oh, you know, someone was, while I'm on the topic though, someone was asking me if I'm trading gold because I have shiny object syndrome. I feel like if we look at the weekly chart of the Nasdaq, like inversions work better in trending markets. And then like if you just look at this weekly chart over here, this is like the biggest chop on the weekly. It's like since December on Nasdaq we've been chopping. But it's like if you go to gold though, it's like on the weekly chart, is this chopping at all? No, not at all. Like inversions work better in a trending market, and like honestly, I feel like as long as it's not like impacting my AM trading, if that makes sense, as long as I'm not like changing anything I do in the AM, I feel like it's something good to try. And I'll be doing my gold trading during between 8 p.m. and like midnight. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. But I do appreciate all you guys stopping by, hanging out with me. Definitely join my free Discord if you're not in there already. It's in my pinned comment as well as on my profile. Also, if you guys are looking for a prop firm to trade with, my favorite prop firm is Alpha Futures. You said, would you follow the same rules, same discipline on MGC? I mean, yeah, GC versus MGC, I would trade them the same. But I'm gonna trade gold slightly differently than Nasdaq, only slightly. That makes sense. Like for example, I took some trade coming out of a 30-minute, but I feel like I would never do that on like NQ. But you should take care, bro. Peace. Appreciate you stopping by, Vizit. But yeah, I'm pretty much wrapping up here. So yeah, look into Alpha Futures. I have my discount code, which is code TIMB272. It'll get you 10% off all evaluations. So definitely check them out. And yeah, so I hope everyone has an amazing rest of your day. Peace out.